Hey Techno Freaks, TeknoOdin here, continuing the character breakdowns for Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. This time, we don't know what we'll find with Vaan.
We can take them, no problem.
A specialist, Vaan is the master of HP attacks, as he's the only character to freely wield more than one. Vaan can use 2 HP attacks at any given time at the cost of having only 5 BP attacks, 2 ground, 2 air, and his dash attack. This all ties into his unique mechanic based on the Final Fantasy XII limit system, Quickening. After landing a set number of HP attacks, Vaan will trigger a concurrence, which is pretty much a damage extender. After landing 3 HP attacks, Vaan will gain the concurrence Luminescence, which will deal roughly an extra 240 damage, and after landing 6 HP attacks, Vaan will gain the strongest concurrence, Black Hole, which will deal roughly an extra 572 BP damage. Now remember, this is all within 1 life. If you get capped, you start from the beginning. BP attacks, while limited, are as follows. His neutral ground Steel Trinity is a 3-input attack that has Vaan slash 3 times horizontally, knocking the opponent away for a wall rush. It's fast, has decent active poise frames, and has okay travel distance. But there's nothing really special about it. Just use it up close as a quick startup or BP wall finish. His backwards ground is Thunder, a decent wave-like projectile with some great vertical tracking. Its max range is the line between zones 3 and 4. This move is perfect for mid-range poking, or you can use this move to both defend and attack the core at the same time. His neutral air Steel Triumvirate is a carbon copy of Steel Trinity, only the slashes are vertical instead of horizontal, so do with them as you would with Steel Trinity. His back air is Fire, and has Vaan send a fireball at the opponent. Range is on par with Vaan's Thunder, but it's more direct and a lot faster. Now, priority of both projectiles are low, so don't go trading with marksman, but still these are great moves for the neutral game. His dash attack, Dervish, has Vaan charge in with his sword before booting the opponent away for a wall rush. Not much to say on this one. It has decent tracking, pushes the opponent a fair distance before the knockback, and is great for catching people off guard. Now, I know that this isn't much to go on, but his BP attacks really aren't his focal point. It's his HP attacks, and he has a lot of them. Double of that of everyone else. So let's start with his first HP attack, which is his first Quickening, Red Spiral. A multi-hitting HP attack with a lot of verticality. Think a mix of Kuja's Flare Star and Ultima. This has Vaan summon a vortex of red energy that deals damage before the beam of light slams the opponent into the floor for the HP damage. Decent for a close range attack, but has a bit of hang time, and if you are hit, the attack will cut off before the HP damaging blow, which can be annoying when you trade with your target. His second HP attack is his second Quickening, White Whirl. This has Vaan uppercut so hard he creates a tornado. I know there's a My Hero Academia joke in there, just leave it. This flies out to the first line on the radar and stays out for around 7 seconds, making it a great tool for core defense and map control. His third HP attack is his third and final Quickening, Pyroclasm. This is Vaan throw a fast, beautiful looking fireball at the opponent, dealing HP damage. What's more, it's chargeable, with the final charge having some sweet range and somewhat filthy tracking. And once you have a concurrence, will deal up to 160 BP damage on hit. The move also has a small AoE explosion on hit, so can get multi-incaps, and once again, as we saw in my top 10 triple kills, again cheap plug, it is a very dangerous move indeed. His fourth HP attack, Azure Torment, or Cruelest Azure, since it's based on the Soul Break move in Record Keeper, is a 2-hit HP attack of the Force Symphony kind, where Vaan lands an icy slash before poking them away with his sword. It's quick, it's dangerous, it's very loved for those reasons, but its range is shockingly bad. I think it might be the shortest range so far, since Vaan hardly advances forward when he uses the attack. His 5th HP attack is Calamitous Orb, another attack from Record Keeper. It is yet another projectile similar to that of a Cursed Storm, only Vaan throws this in a looping arc before it starts to slow down and takes its homing turret form. The orb itself, on hit, will cause a small amount of BP damage and will stun the enemy, though this really isn't all that useful. Once again, this move is good for spatial control. His 6th HP attack is Earthen Eruption, and I have no idea where this move is from, but it's a counter-based HP attack similar to that of Bartz's Unmastered Knight. Only its block frames feel like it takes an eternity to actually activate. Now, instead of which one is better, I think it's more suited to give some combination of HP attacks. And we'll start with the starting combination, Red Spiral and White Whirl, since most newcomers who didn't grind every single character to level 10 before going online will be using these for a while. It stems off gaining quick hits with Red Spiral and using White Whirl to protect teammates or guard crystals. The only problem with White Whirl is it's very easy to get around at higher ranks due to players having enough experience with the move. But you can also combine White Whirl with Pyroclasm and Calamitous Orb to kind of give yourself a bit more long range coverage. There are also my personal favourites. First, the Sword and Shield, which is Azure Torment and Earthen Eruption, which with Vaan having 2 HP attacks, allows you to have 2 playstyles. One is the hyper aggressive in your face, and the other is the counter based respect the block conditioning tool. We also have Catapult and Shield, being Pyroclasm and Earthen Eruption again, which is the same in conditioning you not to attack, but if you don't come at me, I will snipe you. The only issue with Earthen Eruption is lag, as that will mess up your timing. Please get servers square. The most popular combinations would be Azure Torment and Pyroclasm, which I would have said are the 2 best HP attacks he has, as both are freaking filthy. Azure Torment is the quick concurrence boost, while Pyroclasm is the filthy you get away from my gank squad 420 no scope crowd control. Damn son, where'd you find this attack? His unique EX skill is Dreadnought, and it sits on a are you having a giggle mate 90 seconds cooldown, and allows Vaan to freeze his BP at the current value for 20 seconds. What's more, you can charge the skill to boost up your BP for as long as you hold down the skill button, and a 20-second lockdown won't start until you release the button, but be careful, if you are hit while charging, you will lose the skill until your next cooldown. Don't get hit. For general EX skills, I am going to go with 2 skills outside the metas, BP Regen and Sheer Bravery. BP Regen does what it says on the tin and just gives you more BP, great for Vaan, and Sheer Bravery is actually a great option. In normal cases, when you share Bravery, you will share a third of your value to each of your teammates. However, with Vaan, even if you've been doing your job gaining concurrences, once Dreadnought is ready to rack up some BP, you can freeze your BP, share it, giving the team the shared value, without losing BP yourself, giving both you and your team a better win condition. As for team comp, Vaan is like he is in Final Fantasy XII. Partly along for the ride, but puts in the work. Having a powerhouse like Shantoto who holds her own and adds some separation to give Vaan an easier target. Hell, throw a Cloud or Sephiroth in there, and that should be a formidable team. Vaan is a decent character with a lot of intimidating factors. 2 HP attacks goes against the grain of this game, which is why for balancing he has very little options in BP attacks. This would on paper promote HP damage over BP gain, but Vaan is capable of changing the field in an instant, getting his concurrences and letting his teammates do the rest. But when push comes to shove, Vaan can build BP, activate a BP regen, Dreadnought, and share the BP, and finish the match himself. In all honesty, he is a perfect balance, and in the right hands, knows how to get the goat.
You show promise. Fight us again sometime.
Okay, that's it for today's breakdown. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell thingy, and share this video. Also, if you have any tips and tricks you found yourself, please share them in the comments section below. And finally, tune in next time where we meow meow choka chow with lightning. But until that day, this has been TeknoOdin. Take care!